Hey everyone! Oh my god, welcome back to another episode of the Leo and Zara podcast.
Hi guys, it's Zara.
We made it another week.
Barely.
Seriously though, thank you. Thank you for being here with us again. Whether you're stuck in traffic, swearing at the car in front, sneaking headphones during lunch, or, I don't know, finally lying horizontal after the longest day, it means a lot that you chose us to hang out with. God, I hope that didn't sound too cheesy, but I actually mean it.
Yeah, some days I still can't believe people keep coming back. So from the bottom of my slightly anxious heart, thank you. Really.
Okay, but today we've actually got some good stuff. Like, I'm genuinely buzzing.
You're always buzzing.
Excuse me, this is premium buzzing. Top tier.
Sure.
All right, fine. But for real though, I think you guys are gonna like this one.
I'm actually kind of nervous excited, which is my favorite kind lately.
Then let's not torture ourselves any longer.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do this.
See? We're in sync. Dangerous.
Terrifying. Ready to roll whenever you are.
Okay. Deep breath. Today we're diving into something that, honestly, kind of runs everything in our lives. Habits and discipline.
Yeah, these two words follow us around like shadows, don't they? Every self-help book, every productive morning routine video, every time we beat ourselves up at 11 p.m., there they are.
Seriously. Before we go any deeper though, can we just pause for real for a second? If you're listening right now, wherever you are, maybe lying in bed, maybe walking, maybe hiding in the bathroom from your kids, just take like 5 real seconds. Close your eyes if you want. And ask yourself, what actually is a habit to you? Like in your gut. Not the dictionary version. Your version.
I'm doing it too, you know. My brain immediately went, doom scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m.? Guilty. Okay, time's up. No pressure if nothing came up. That's honest too.
Zara, what came up for you? How do you define a habit?
For me, a habit is something I do so often that I basically disappear from the decision. It just happens. Like brushing my teeth while half asleep, or reaching for my phone the second my eyes open, before I've even remembered who I am. It's automatic, brain on autopilot. And honestly, that part is magical and terrifying at the same time.
Yes, magical and terrifying. I love that. Because some of my autopilot behaviors are saving me, making life smoother, keeping me healthy-ish. And others? Others are quietly wrecking parts of my life while I pretend I don't have time to change them. That contrast hits hard when you really look at it.
Exactly. That's the sneaky power, right? Habits don't shout. They whisper. Every single day. Thousands of tiny whispers stacking up, building either a life you're proud of or one you keep apologizing to yourself for.
And the crazy part? We get to decide, little by little, which whispers we're going to listen to and which ones we're finally going to talk back to. That's where the discipline part creeps in, but that's for a few minutes from now. First, let's just sit with how wild it is that something so small ends up writing most of our story. What do you think? Did anything bubble up for you just now about your own habits? Okay, wow, deep breath. Today we're jumping into something that honestly kind of runs everything in our lives. Habits, discipline. Man, just saying those words already makes me feel a mix of pumped and slightly terrified.
Yes, these two words pop up constantly, don't they? Every time we're scrolling late at night thinking, tomorrow I'll finally get my life together, or beating ourselves up because, again, we hit snooze 5 times. Personal growth, crushing your to-do list, just surviving the day without feeling like a total mess. It's all tied to these sneaky little things.
Totally. But before we go full nerd mode and unpack it all, I actually want to hit pause with you, the listener. For real, like right now. If you're walking, driving, folding laundry, just take 3 seconds. Seriously, close your eyes if you can. How do you define a habit? What does that word actually feel like in your gut? Not the dictionary version, your version.
Yeah, don't rush. Let it sit. Is it that annoying voice that says, just do it already? Or is it the autopilot that makes you scroll Instagram even when you swore you wouldn't? Take a breath. Put it in your own messy, honest words. What is a habit really to you?
All right, exhales. Hopefully you gave it a real moment. Zara, I'm actually curious now. What about you? How do you define it? No pressure to sound smart, just real.
Oh man, okay. For me, a habit is that thing you do over and over until your brain basically stops asking permission. It's automatic. Like brushing my teeth the second I wake up, zero thought. Or, grabbing my phone the instant my eyes open, even though I know it's gonna hijack my whole morning. Why do I still do that? I hate that I do that. It's just there, like breathing.
Yes, exactly. I'd say almost the same. It's this behavior you've repeated so many times, it carves a groove in your brain. You don't decide anymore. It just happens. Autopilot mode activated. Sometimes I catch myself halfway through a bag of chips thinking, wait, I wasn't even hungry. How did I get here?
Right? And that's the wild part. Leaning in, voice drops a bit. It's incredibly powerful, but also kind of scary, you know? Because the same machinery that gets you to the gym at 6 a.m. 3 days in a row is the exact same machinery that keeps you doom scrolling at 2 a.m. Good habits lift you up. Bad ones, they quietly steal your life while you're not looking.
Oof, that hit hard. Truthfully, I've got both living rent-free in my head right now. The disciplined morning routine I want to be my identity, and the late-night Netflix binge I'm still embarrassed about. But that's why we're here, right? To figure out how to tilt the balance, how to make the good stuff feel effortless and starve the stuff that's dragging us down.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm excited, genuinely excited, Tone, because once you really get how habits work, it's like getting cheat codes to your own brain. You don't have to white knuckle it forever. You can build something sustainable, something that actually feels like you.
I love that. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so when we actually start digging into how habits are really formed, this is the part that still kind of blows my mind every time I think about it. There's this mountain of really solid research out there. And have you read Atomic Habits by James Clear?
Yeah, I have. More than once, actually. God, I sound like such a fanboy right now. At first, I was like, okay, this is just another self-help book. But then it sneak attacks you. It's deceptively simple, but it hits. That cue, craving, response, reward loop. When I first saw it written out, I literally sat there going, oh, so that's why I doom scroll for 2 hours every night, even though I hate it.
Right? It's almost unfair how automatic it all is. There's always something that lights the fuse. A notification, boredom, seeing your running shoes by the door, whatever. Then this little voice inside goes, that would feel good right now. And before you even finish the thought, you're already doing the thing. And then bam, the reward hits, dopamine sprinkles, and your brain quietly goes, noted, we're doing this version of life now. It's honestly a little scary how good our brains are at turning behavior into wallpaper.
Yeah, and the worst part, most of the time we're not even lazy. We're not broken. We're just loyal to really old, really outdated loops. That realization hurt in a good way, you know? Like, I'm not failing because I'm weak. I'm failing because I've been a really good student of the wrong system. But the exciting part, the part that actually gives me hope, is that you can rewrite the loop. Not with a personality transplant on Monday morning, not with perfect discipline and 5 a.m. alarms. Just small, stubborn, gentle edits. Over and over.
That's it. That's the whole magic trick. These 1% changes, atomic habits, they look ridiculous in the moment, like drinking 1 extra glass of water, meditating for 3 minutes. Who cares, right? But then 6 months later, you look back and you're like, wait, I'm a completely different person. How did that even happen?
And it takes so much pressure off. You don't have to become the glossy Instagram version of yourself by next week. You don't have to hate who you are right now. You just have to show up like 0.5% better. Or even just show up. That's already winning.
Consistency beats intensity every single time, even when it feels boring, especially when it feels boring.
Which actually brings us to the next thing perfectly. We've got this little raw audio clip, just two friends talking. No script, no fancy editing. One of them is explaining how she's been trying to build new habits. And it's not cute, it's not aesthetic, it's messy and real and full of backslides. And I love it.
It's so human. And while you're listening, just a heads up, pay a little attention to how they use present perfect and past simple. The way they naturally switch between them is actually really useful grammar candy.
Okay, enough nerding out from us. Let's just listen. Ready when you are.
Hey, Maya. How you been? Really? God, I feel like it's been forever since we actually talked. Like, proper talked.
Yeah, it's insane, right? Honestly, I've been good. Like, really good. I don't even know how to say that out loud without feeling weird about it.
Wait, hold up. Now I'm actually curious. What's been going on with you?
Okay, so I started making changes. Not like massive life overhaul Instagram reel stuff. Just quiet, stupid small things. But somehow they snowballed.
Stupid small is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. Like what?
About 2 months ago, I had this moment. Middle of the night, kitchen light, eating cereal straight from the box again, and I just stopped. And this thought hit me so clearly. I can't keep doing this to myself. I was so tired. Not just like long day tired, like soul tired. Staying up till 2 a.m. for no reason, scrolling or working or just avoiding sleeping, eating whatever was fastest, telling myself I'm fine when I obviously wasn't.
Yeah, I remember that version of you. Last time we talked, you looked, I don't know, hollowed out, like the tired had moved in permanently.
Exactly. That kind that no amount of weekend sleep can fix. Because you're not even resting, you're just pausing the crash. So I didn't try to fix everything at once. Thank God. I would have failed in 2 days. So what was the first move? I started going to bed 30 minutes earlier. That's it. 30 minutes. Not even a full hour. I would have laughed at myself if I told anyone.
30 minutes? Seriously? And it actually did something?
Yeah. Stupidly, it did. The first week, awful. I'd lie there in the dark, feeling like I was wasting time, like I was missing the real part of the night. My brain was screaming you could be doing something productive right now. But then, maybe day 6 or 7, I woke up and I actually felt awake. Like properly awake. Not coffee will save me awake. Just human awake. I hadn't felt that in years. It scared me a little, honestly. Because if 30 stupid minutes could do that, what else had I been lying to myself about?
So one tiny crack let the light in?
Exactly. And once I felt that difference, this little greedy part of me went, okay, maybe I can steal one more small win. So I did.
Okay, don't leave me hanging. What was the next one?
You're gonna laugh. But I started drinking water before I even look at my phone in the morning. Like actual glass of water, on the nightstand, waiting for me. Sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but God, it feels like a tiny act of war against the old version of me.
Okay, this is going to sound so lame at first, but I started drinking a full glass of water the second I opened my eyes. Like literally before I even pee, before phone, before anything. I used to stumble out of bed and beeline for the coffee maker like a junkie. That first hit of caffeine was my entire personality for the first 40 minutes of every day. Now, just water. Room temp, boring-ass water. And I'm kind of proud of it, which feels ridiculous to admit out loud.
No, that's actually smart as hell. I've heard people say it's this sneaky little cheat code for the whole day, but hearing you actually do it, damn.
Yeah, I didn't buy it either. I thought it was just another Instagram wellness cliche. But then, maybe 5, 6 weeks ago, I signed up for that gym literally 2 blocks from my place. And I've been going, like 3 times a week, consistently. Me, the guy who's bought 6 different pairs of running shoes and used exactly 0 of them.
Wait, seriously? Wow. I'm actually impressed and also low-key jealous. I've had start going to the gym on my New Year's list for, 4 years. Every January, I'm like, this is the year. And by February 10th, I'm back on the couch hate scrolling fitness TikToks.
Oh, I know that exact cycle. I lived in it for a decade. This time, I basically had to trick myself like I was a toddler. I don't let myself go home after work. Straight to the gym, bags already in the car. If I sit on the couch even for 30 seconds, I'm cooked. I'm not getting up again. I'll order pad thai and call it recovery. So I just don't give myself the option.
That's actually genius. Ruthless, but genius. So you've really kept it up? A whole month plus?
Mostly. I've missed maybe 5 days. Work blew up. One night I was just emotionally fried. One day I genuinely forgot. But the fact that missing 5 still feels like I'm mostly winning, that's new for me. I used to miss 20 and call it life got busy.
Okay, but how do you actually feel? Like, not the Instagram caption version, the real one.
Different. I wake up and I don't feel like I'm already behind. My sleep's deeper. My skin looks less like death. And this is gonna sound dramatic as hell, but I feel like I have a tiny bit of control over my day instead of just getting dragged through it. I didn't even know how much I was starving for that feeling until it showed up.
God, I want that. I keep telling myself I'll start moving my body, and then nothing. Months go by. I just feel more and more disappointed in myself. I get it. I was there. Here's the only thing that actually moved the needle for me. I didn't try to fix my entire existence at once. I knew I'd burn out in 6 days if I did. So I picked one stupidly small thing and let it live in my life until it stopped feeling like effort. Only then did I add the next thing. Yeah, I do the opposite. I decide I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, journal, cold plunge, gym, read philosophy, and then I wake up at 7:40 already hating myself.
Classic trap, been there. Start microscopically small. So small it feels almost embarrassing. What's one thing, one embarrassingly tiny thing you've been wanting to do?
A morning walk. Not even power walking. Just 20 minutes. Earbuds in, around the block. Seeing the sky change. That's it.
That's perfect. Seriously perfect. Why not tomorrow? Like, set your alarm for literally 1 minute earlier than usual. Shoes by the door tonight. That's it.
You know what? Maybe I actually will. Where did you even learn all this? Did you read some life-changing book or just trial and error?
Both, honestly. I read Atomic Habits. Yeah, I know, everyone says that. But it actually rewired something in my brain. Not the be a productivity machine part. The part where it said you're allowed to be bad at things for a really long time and still keep going. I spent so many years beating myself up for not being perfect on day 3. Learning to just notice the tiny wins instead of only seeing the misses, that's what finally let me stay in the game.
I really needed to hear that. I think I destroy most of my progress just by how cruel I am to myself when I'm not flawless.
Same. But messy progress is still progress, especially when it's messy. That's the part no one posts about, and the part that actually matters. You got this. One tiny stupid walk. Text me tomorrow if you do it. I'll be annoyingly proud of you.
You know what? Deal. Thanks for not making me feel like an idiot for still being its hero.
Never. We're all just trying to figure out how to stop hating the person in the mirror. One glass of water at a time. That conversation. Wow. That was actually really nice, wasn't it? Like the kind you don't get every day. it's still kind of sitting in my chest, you know?
Yeah, same. I think a scary amount of people are going to hear Chloe and just see themselves. That whole, I want to change so badly, but where the hell do I even start feeling? It's exhausting just saying it out loud. God, yes, that part punched me right in the gut.
And then she kept circling back to starting small, and I was like, why do we always forget that? We're out here chasing the montage version, the epic glow-up reel, the before-after flex. We want it yesterday. But real life, real change is so painfully slow and quiet. It doesn't come with fireworks. Half the time, you don't even notice it's happening.
Exactly. And at the beginning, it's honestly kind of boring. Like you're just doing the same tiny thing again and again. No one's clapping. Your brain's like, this is stupid. Can we go back to scrolling yet?
Yep, brutal truth. But the thing she said about discipline, that one really got under my skin in a good way.
Because motivation is a liar and a flake.
It's that electric high at 2 a.m. when you're like, this is it. I'm finally serious. Tomorrow, everything changes. You feel unstoppable. And then 3 days later, nothing. Crickets. Motivation just ghosts you. It's brutal. It always disappears. And nobody wants to say that part out loud because it feels like admitting defeat. But Chloe straight up said she's been going to the gym for a month now, and I would bet actual money there were mornings she lay there thinking, I hate this, I'm tired, skipping once isn't the end of the world. And yet, that conversation, wow, that was actually really nice, wasn't it? Like the kind you don't get every day. It's still kind of sitting in my chest, you know?
Yeah, same. I think a scary amount of people are going to hear Chloe and just see themselves. That whole, I want to change so badly, but where the hell do I even start feeling? It's exhausting just saying it out loud.
God, yes, that part punched me right in the gut. And then she kept circling back to starting small, and I was like, why do we always forget that? We're out here chasing the montage version, the epic glow-up reel, the before-after flex. We want it yesterday. But real life, real change is so painfully slow and quiet. It doesn't come with fireworks. Half the time, you don't even notice it's happening.
Exactly. And at the beginning, it's honestly kind of boring. Like you're just doing the same tiny thing again and again. No one's clapping. Your brain's like, this is stupid. Can we go back to scrolling yet?
Yep, brutal truth. But the thing she said about discipline, that one really got under my skin in a good way.
Because motivation's a liar and a flake.
It's that electric high at 2 a.m. when you're like, this is it. I'm finally serious. Tomorrow, everything changes. You feel unstoppable. And then 3 days later, nothing. Crickets. Motivation just ghosts you. It's brutal. It always disappears. And nobody wants to say that part out loud because it feels like admitting defeat. But Chloe straight up said she's been going to the gym for a month now, and I would bet actual money there were mornings she lay there thinking, I hate this. I'm tired. Skipping once isn't the end of the world. And yet, she still went. That's it. That's the whole game right there. Discipline is showing up when every cell in your body is screaming later. When the vibe is gone, when no one's watching, when you're not even proud of yourself yet. You just decide. Again. And it's not sexy. There's no Instagram caption for, I dragged myself to do the bare minimum because I promised myself I would. But that's the shit that actually moves the needle. I keep waiting to feel ready. Like, I'm still hoping one day I'll wake up and motivation will just stay. It never does. And I think maybe that's the part I've been most scared to accept. That this is it. You don't get the permanent high. You just get the next right choice, even when it feels small and stupid and pointless, and that's okay. Showing up anyway, that's not failure. That's where the real version of you finally starts. Yeah, I think I needed to hear that today, more than I realized.
Okay, real talk for a second. If you're listening right now and you're in the middle of trying to build literally any new habit, can I just say the one thing I wish someone had screamed at me 5 years ago? Don't wait to feel motivated. Motivation is the most unreliable boyfriend in the world. Shows up for 3 days looking cute, then ghosts you for 2 weeks. Just start. Even especially on the days when everything inside you is screaming, not today. That uncomfortable, I hate this feeling, that's not a sign to stop. That's literally the sound of discipline being born. God, I sound like a motivational poster right now, don't I? But seriously, I mean it. The magic doesn't happen when you feel ready. It happens when you do this stupid little thing anyway. And hey, we really, really want to hear from you. Like, right now, what habit are you wrestling into existence? Or, let's be painfully honest, what old habit are you trying to finally kill? Because your story, it's not just cute. It might be the exact sentence someone needs to hear so they don't give up tonight.
Yeah, please. Truly. Sometimes you think your mess is too small or too embarrassing to matter, but it's usually the small, embarrassing ones that hit someone else right in the chest.
Exactly. And since we're already being way too honest, you brought up bad habits earlier, and now I can't not ask. We've all got war stories, right?
Yeah. I had one embarrassingly recently. Phone, social media, doom scrolling. The really messed up part? I didn't even choose most of the time. My hand would just move, like it had its own brain. Why am I doing this again? I don't even want to be here.
I know that hand. I've met that hand. So how do you finally fight back? First, I had to stop lying to myself. That was the hardest part. I kept saying, it's fine, everyone's on their phone, I'm not that bad. But late at night, when the house was quiet, I knew. I knew it was stealing time from my actual life. So I started stupid small, like embarrassingly small. Phone in the other room when I'm writing. Phone face down in the kitchen when we're eating dinner with the kids. And oh my God, the first week, torture. I felt like I was missing a limb, anxiety buzzing. What if something important happens? What if I'm out of the loop? But after maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, the edge started to fade. And then one afternoon, I caught myself thinking, wait, I actually feel lighter? Like I'd been carrying this low-grade stress I didn't even know was there. And suddenly, being present didn't feel like punishment anymore. It felt like coming home. So yeah, small, dumb, uncomfortable actions, repeated. That's the unglamorous secret. No fireworks, no 30-day transformation montage. Just doing the next right thing, even when it sucks. And somehow, it stops sucking. Eventually. What about you? What's the habit or the ghost you're facing down right now? We're listening. For real.
Oh, wow. That's actually really great to hear. Yeah, you know what? I really am in a much better place now. I still scroll, obviously. I mean, I'm not a monk. My phone's still glued to my hand half the day. But it's different now. I choose when I look. I don't just let it hijack me anymore. God, I didn't even see how much it was running the show until I stopped letting it.
Dude, that's actually massive. Like huge. And it's such a perfect example of how sometimes you don't need a 12-step program or some massive personality overhaul. You just move the charging cable to the other room. One stupid small change, and the whole domino line falls differently.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And that actually slides right into the second conversation we're sharing today. This one hits different. It's more personal, more exposed. It's about sitting across from someone and actually saying out loud the stuff you're ashamed of, the habits you hate in yourself, the patterns you keep repeating even though you swear you're done this time, the parts of your life that still feel unfinished, messy, kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, soft, almost tired sigh. We all have those chapters we don't post about. And the crazy thing is, most of the time we just carry it silently. Like if we don't say it, it doesn't exist. But the second you let it out, even in a shaky voice, it loses half its power. Suddenly your head's not so loud, and you're not dragging it around by yourself anymore.
And sometimes the other person sees the thing you've been blind to. They say one sentence and you're like, oh shit, that's true. I wasn't ready to admit that yet, but yeah.
And it flips the other way too. 1 minute, you're the one falling apart asking for help. The next minute, you're listening to someone else, and you realize, wait, I've walked that exact same dark hallway. And now, somehow, you get to be the flashlight for them.
That's what this next conversation is. Two friends. No filter. No, I've got my life together performance. Just, this is the thing I keep doing that I hate. This is where I keep tripping. This is what it feels like when I'm trying to climb out anyway. And what guts me every time is the way they do it. There's zero judgment. No, you should just fixes. No fake positivity. Just, I hear you. I've been there. I'm still here with you. It's raw. It's kind of uncomfortable. And it's so fucking necessary. Having even one person you can be that real with, that changes the whole game. Yeah. So, let's go listen to them be real with each other.
Thanks for meeting up. I really needed this.
Of course. You sounded pretty stressed on the phone. What's going on?
I don't know, man. I've just been feeling really stuck lately. You know?
Stuck how?
God, where do I even start? This is so pathetic. Like, I have all these bad habits I know are wrecking me, but I just keep doing them anyway. Does that even make sense?
Yeah, totally. Like what, for example?
Okay, this is actually kind of embarrassing to admit out loud. I've been staying up way too late playing video games. Like, stupid late. I'll literally tell myself, okay, stop at 11, that's it. And then boom, it's 2 a.m. and I'm still going. Every single time.
Okay. I mean, we've all been there at some point.
Have we though? Or am I just making excuses again? But it's messing up everything. I'm so exhausted at work, I can barely focus. I'm pounding like 4 coffees just to stay upright. And then, irony alert, I'm too wired to fall asleep even when I actually try to go to bed early. It's this vicious cycle and I hate it.
That sounds really rough. Have you tried, I don't know, setting a louder alarm or something? Like one that actually forces you to stop?
Yeah, I have, multiple times. But I just ignore it. Swipe it away like it's nothing. It's pathetic, honestly. I feel like such a loser sometimes. Like, why can't I just do the thing I know I should do? Why am I letting pixels ruin my actual life? I don't know. I just needed to say it out loud to someone. Feels heavier when it's only in my head.
Hey, come on, don't beat yourself up like that. Breaking habits is brutally hard, like really hard. I get it.
Yeah, I know. I just feel so stupid sometimes.
You're not stupid. What if, random idea, you just physically moved the console? Like put it in another room or even the closet. Make it annoying to get to.
Wait, actually? I literally never even considered that.
Right? If you have to stand up, walk across the apartment, open a door, maybe, just maybe, that extra 5 seconds gives your brain time to go, do I really want to do this right now?
That's honestly kind of genius. I'm going to try that tonight. Then looks over, curious. Okay, but what about you, though? You always seem so put together, like you've got life figured out.
Oh my God, please don't say that. God, if only you knew. I'm actually really not okay right now. I've been kind of a mess with food.
Wait, really? You?
Yeah. I'll skip breakfast completely. Then lunch is whatever I can grab in 3 minutes, usually some disgusting drive-through thing. And by dinner, I'm starving, so I just demolish whatever's fastest, which is always junk, always.
Oof, yeah, that cycle is brutal.
The worst part? I know better. I know exactly what I should be doing. Meal prep, planning, all of it. I read the articles, I watch the videos, I even bought the little glass containers. They're still in the cabinet, mocking me. Why am I like this? Why can't I just do the thing? But you know what? Maybe we both just start stupidly small. Like, what if I just prepped breakfast the night before? That's it. Nothing else. Just breakfast.
Overnight oats. I could literally do that. Jar, oats, milk, throw it in the fridge. Done. And it tastes good too.
Exactly. And once that feels normal, like actually boring normal, then maybe we add lunch or, I don't know, vegetables that aren't sad and wilted.
Look at you, giving me advice while you're literally in the same boat.
Yeah, well, maybe we're both terrible at this, but at least we're terrible together. Softens. Deal? Small stupid wins together.
Deal.
It's so much easier to give advice than to actually live it, isn't it? God, I hate that I'm the poster child for that right now.
Preach. But, okay, real talk. I think we both have to stop just talking about changing. We keep saying the words and then nothing. And I'm tired of it. Like, actually tired of hearing myself say the same thing every month.
Yeah, I wait until I feel like doing something. And then the second the motivation disappears, poof, couch, controller, doom scroll. Why am I like this?
Same. Exact same. But this week, someone basically slapped me with truth. They were like, stop waiting to feel motivated. The feeling comes after you start, not before.
Wait, that actually makes sense. Like, discipline first, motivation later? Dude, that's kind of freeing. I don't have to feel ready. I just have to do the stupid thing.
Yes, exactly. And the other thing I'm trying to be brutally honest about, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and become a Michelin star home chef overnight. That's fantasy me. Real me right now has the energy of a tired raccoon. So maybe I just start with not ordering GoFood 5 nights a week? Small. Doable. Please let this actually stick this time.
Okay, raccoon energy I can relate to. And look, I'm not quitting gaming. I love it. It brings me joy. But I could stop playing until 3 a.m. on a Tuesday when I have a meeting at 9. That's not joy. That's self-sabotage wearing a fun costume.
Right? It's not about becoming a perfect robot version of ourselves. It's about not hating ourselves at 2 a.m. anymore.
Balance, not perfection. I really like that. Like, a lot. Maybe we can actually do this. Together. Not perfectly, just better. One less all-nighter, one home-cooked meal, one earlier bedtime at a time.
Yeah. One tiny, non-perfect win at a time. I'm in. God, I hope I don't let myself down again, but damn, I really want this.
Me too. Let's actually try.
You know what really hit me about that conversation? Man, it felt so raw. How real it was. Like no filters, no pretending.
Oh, absolutely. I got chills listening. Ethan and Maya weren't sitting there acting like they've got life all figured out. They were vulnerable, open. And honestly, that's exactly what made the whole thing so powerful, so valuable.
Right? And they didn't just sit there whining about their problems. No, they actually rolled up their sleeves and brainstormed solutions together. That's rare. That's what real friends do. They lift each other up instead of just complaining.
Exactly. I'm smiling just thinking about it. Ethan's like, okay, I'm moving my console to the other room. Maya's committing to prepping breakfasts ahead. These aren't some massive life overhaul ideas, you know? They're practical, simple. And sometimes that's exactly what we need. Practical steps over these huge, overwhelming grand plans. Oh, and I loved how they said they check in next week. Accountability, man. When you're trying to actually change something, it's like rocket fuel.
It really is. I feel that. It's one thing to tell yourself you'll do it, but when you've said it out loud to someone else, there's this extra weight, this commitment that makes you actually follow through. Guilty of promising myself things and then ghosting my own plans.
Totally. Now, there was this one little thing in their chat that kind of jumped out at me. I think it's worth clearing up for anyone listening. Ethan talked about wanting to stop playing video games so late, but Maya said she wanted to quit junk food.
Oh, interesting. Wait, are those just interchangeable?
Not quite. I used to mix them up too. They both mean ending something, but there's this subtle vibe difference.
Go on.
Okay, so stop usually feels like pausing or cutting something off, often temporarily. Like, hey, can you stop making that noise? Or, I gotta stop biting my nails. It doesn't scream forever.
Yeah, so you might stop for a bit, but you could totally pick it back up later.
Exactly. But quit, this one's heavier. It feels more final, more serious. We say, I quit smoking 2 years ago. He quit drinking. It's got that sense of done, for good.
So if someone goes, I quit coffee, they're saying they're out. Like, no more, ever. Not just a little break.
Precisely. And we usually pair quit with stuff that's been a problem. Vices, addictions. You quit smoking, you quit gambling. But you wouldn't really say, I quit reading books. That just sounds weird, right? Almost funny.
That makes so much sense. It's about how serious and permanent the decision feels.
Right. Though, full transparency, in casual talk, people swap them all the time. No big deal. But if you want to be precise, that's the line.
Good to know. Super helpful. Okay, before we wrap up today, there's one more thing I really want to hit on. It ties right into habits, but it's this sneaky thing that stops us from even starting good ones.
What's that?
Procrastination. Ugh, we all know it too well. Do you really know what procrastination is?
I mean, most people would say it's just putting stuff off, being lazy, bad time management.
That's what everyone thinks. I thought that for years. But it's actually way deeper. Procrastination isn't really about laziness or your calendar. It's about emotions.
How so?
Well, when we procrastinate, we're dodging negative feelings. The task feels overwhelming, we're scared we'll screw it up, or it's just boring as hell. So instead of facing that discomfort, we escape to something easy, something that gives us a quick hit of, better. Like doom scrolling instead of starting that project. Been there.
So it's basically emotional avoidance.
Exactly. We're picking instant relief over long-term wins. And that's why just do it pep talks usually flop. You're not touching the real feeling underneath.
That's eye-opening. Wow. So if it's emotional, how do we actually beat procrastination?
A few solid ways. First, break the task into ridiculously small pieces. If it feels huge, that's because you're staring at the whole mountain. But tiny steps? Manageable. Game changer for me.
Example?
Sure. Say you need to write a paper. Sounds massive, terrifying. But what if you just say, I'm gonna write the first sentence? That's it. One sentence. Not overwhelming. You can do that. And boom, once it's down, the next one usually flows easier.
I love that. Start so small you literally can't say no.
Right? Another one, the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Don't let it haunt your list.
Yeah, because half the time, thinking about it drains more energy than just knocking it out.
Precisely. And then there's Pomodoro. 25 minutes focused work, 5-minute break. It tricks your brain into thinking this isn't forever. Relief's coming soon.
I've used that. It actually helps a ton, especially when you really don't want to start.
But honestly, the biggest unlock is figuring out why you're avoiding it. Are you terrified of failing? Perfectionist scared it won't be perfect? Confused about what to even do? Name the emotion, and you can tackle it head on. Vulnerability alert. I'm still working on this one daily.
And sometimes you just got to accept, I don't feel like it, and do it anyway.
Exactly. That loops us right back to discipline. Doing what needs doing, even when you don't feel like it.
Which is what we were saying earlier. It all ties together. Habits, discipline, procrastination. It's the same big question. How do we become who we want to be, even when it's hard? Kind of beautiful, kind of terrifying.
And I think the answer is one small step at a time, with patience, with self-compassion when we mess up. And yeah, often with other people cheering us on.
Beautifully said.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode.
It does. So let's take a quick breath and look back at everything we covered.
We kicked off asking what a habit really is, an automatic behavior that just becomes part of you. We dove into the cue, craving, response, reward loop, straight from James Clear's Atomic Habits.
Then we heard Maya and Ethan share how they're building better ones. Maya talked about small wins, earlier bedtimes, morning water, consistent gym. The secret? Making it easy and sticking with it.
We broke down motivation versus discipline. Motivation lights the spark, but discipline keeps the fire going when the spark dies. We can't wait to feel ready. We just start.
I got real vulnerable about my own phone checking addiction and how moving it to another room finally broke the cycle. Sometimes the fix is way simpler than we make it.
Then we listened to Ethan and Maya's honest chat, his late night gaming, her junk food struggles. What made it special? The support, the practical tips, the let's check in promise.
We cleared up stop versus quit. Stop often temporary or neutral, quit more final and serious, especially for tough habits.
And we wrapped with procrastination. Not a time issue, but an emotional one. We avoid feelings. The fix? Face them. Shrink tasks. Understand our patterns.
If you've hung with us this whole episode, thank you. Seriously, from the heart. You could have done a million other things, but you chose to spend this time with us. That means a lot.
Learning, whether a language, a habit, whatever, it's a journey, not straight. Some days you're on fire, others not so much. But showing up anyway, consistently, that's what changes everything.
So stay curious, stay committed. And remember, progress doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to keep moving forward.
We'll be back soon with more. Until then, take one thing from today and try it in your life. See what happens.
Take care, everyone. See you next time. Goodbye.